After the dominant performances, the walk-offs, the upsets, and the Cinderella runs, it all comes down to this. Someone is leaving LakePoint Sports as Academy Baseball Association tournament champions. It'll be TNXL versus Georgia Premier, the two teams left standing, as we bring you the end of a 4-day tournament that has been absolutely epic. I'm Cory McCartney, and we are eyeing a 10 a.m. first pitch for you between the Ducks and the Sox. If the Sox win, it's game over. They're going to be ringing that bell as ABA champions, but this is a double elimination tournament, so TNXL, they have to take down Georgia Premier twice to leave here as champions. And Georgia Premier looking to get things done in their backyard, coming up from Statesboro with those Florida Ducks. They have their eyes on a championship. Should be a good one. I'll be joined along the way by Jack McCartney. And let's talk about how these teams got to this point. Wellington Sports Academy, which was 8-13 in league play, finished in 5th place. They took down top-seeded P27 on Wednesday. PDG Academy followed suit. They took down the Blacksmiths, the regular season champions, knocked them out of this entire tournament. WSA's magic run ran down on Thursday, though, as they lost in walk-off fashion to Georgia Premier with R.J. Cope hitting a 3-run game-winning home run. Meanwhile, PDG Academy fell to TNXL. The Ducks followed that up by steamrolling WSA 13-5 to set up a rematch with Georgia Premier. Georgia Premier, by the way, beat TNXL 2-1 on Wednesday, a game in which the Ducks had one hit, a Tyler Ramos home run. This event has been so much fun. We had watch parties for the first few days. I was joined by a number of players here in our studio, including Reese Durham from Georgia Premier, the third-ranked shortstop in Georgia, 14th overall in the class. The Texas signee stopped by, and we had an absolute blast. Now joined by Georgia Premier's Reese Durham, Texas signee, man. Good to see you.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. It's good to see you.
Last time I saw you, you were wearing tequila.
Yeah.
Now tell me about this transition. What's this life change been like for you down in Statesboro?
Oh, it's been awesome, honestly. I met a great group of guys who, took me in at first. And at first, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little nervous, but they showed me the way and how to go throughout the game, and it's been a great experience. I've learned a lot. I've had a great time playing.
So 3.5 hours away from home.
Yeah.
What was that adjustment like? Not like the guys. What was it like not being there with mom and dad as a high school senior?
Oh, it was like moving into college early, basically. You kind of do everything by yourself. You have to wash your own clothes, make your own food. Wake up on time. Just start healthy routines that's gonna get you to the next level.
Well, you and I have talked about your cooking before, and I know you had some skills. Has it been elevated now that you kind of been running on your own?
It has been elevated. I'm surviving.
Okay, what's the best meal you make now?
I'm good at hamburgers.
Okay, good at hamburgers.
And fries, that's my specialty.
Like the smash burgers, or what are you doing? Do you putting garlic in with the meat, or what are you doing?
I'm putting a little garlic powder, onion powder, salt and pepper. I'm spicing it up a little bit.
I love that. Now, when a player reaches a certain level, and I'm sure you kind of experienced this at DQ a little bit, they don't want to pitch to you anymore.
Yeah.
But you get into a lineup like you got at Georgia Premier, you got R.J. Cope, you got R.J. Groomster, Jason Phillips, they got to deal with all those guys. When you were thinking about the decision to go there, how much did that kind of play into it? Like, hey, I know I need to have dudes around me that going to guarantee that I'm going to see pitching in the game.
Yeah, it definitely went into it. You can't pitch around this lineup.
Yeah.
We have guys going high D1, probably professional. So, when you get to a lineup like that, it's not many teams where you have a 9-hole that can hit a ball 450 feet. So, it definitely went into it. The guys at Tequila were great, but, these guys over here, it's a great experience with them, too.
Be honest with me. What's it like facing R.J. Cope and inter-squad, 6'8", throwing mid-90s? What's that experience like?
When the arm slot is coming behind your back, it's kind of hard to hit. But, he's a great competitor. And like I said, it's iron sharpens iron. So
when has that much extension, does it feel like the ball's like right on top of you?
It's right on top of you.
Yeah, that's scary stuff.
It's the decision right there.
You are part of an insane Texas recruiting class. Brody Bumilla, who just struck out 20 in a no-hitter, by the way. Got Grady Emerson, Trey Rangel, Bo Peterson. It could be an insanely impressive class if you all wind up in Austin.
Yeah.
So being in that kind of mix yourself, how do you approach kind of the thought process of, here's the spot I got, these are the guys I could do it with, but everything could change in July with the draft?
Yeah, I kind of take it day by day. I always look to compete, no matter who I'm with. Those are a great group of guys, and I'm excited to play with them if I go there, but also, I'm also looking to the next level. So, like I said, I take it day by day and just trying to work.
Have you already built some relationships with those guys to this point?
Yeah.
Like, who are you tight with now?
Trent, Brody, Brady Morita.
Yeah, yeah.
I said his last name.
Rumilla,
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. No, the catcher.
Okay. Yeah. My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but we have all like a group chat and everything, so we talk in there.
Trey Rango's a little different as a coach's son. I think he kind of just has like a different. He played football for a long time too. But yeah. So I got to know though, with Austin, do you own a Cowboy hat?
I do not yet.
Well, good thing, because we actually had, with the help of ChatGPT, we got Reese Durham. This is what I like to call the McConaughey. Yeah, there you go. So you guys, and you're playing cornhole, right? You're playing cornhole. So we got you the whole Austin setup. You're gonna own that. If you don't already own that shirt, you're gonna own that shirt.
I need to.
Yeah. So there you go.
That's awesome.
So number 15, which dugout snack has the strongest aura?
I have to go seeds.
Seeds?
Seeds it's uncomparable. It's nothing better than smacking on some bacon seeds.
Bacon seeds.
Bacon seeds.
Okay, that's a good flavor too.
Yeah.
All right, question number 42. If baseball added a power-up inning, what happens in it?
A power-up inning. Maybe a diving play. Like you make a crazy diving play.
Are there like effects and stuff going on, like you're in Mario and you got like the star, and it's like
maybe if you make like a crazy diving play, then the pitcher gets like a boost or something.
Okay.
I don't know. That would be pretty cool.
All right. Final one, number 100. What's one baseball debate that will never end?
Oh man, these are some good questions. One baseball debate that will never end.
I know when I was coaching, it was always the pant length. That was always a big one.
Yeah, maybe. The talk about, how they talk about Babe Ruth and all that and the different ages.
Sure,
how it's hard to compare. I feel like that's one of the good ones.
Yeah, it's because the games never change, right? You're still doing the exact same thing. It's not like in football you introduce the forward pass and all of a sudden it's like, hey, we can do this now. You're not running the ball 50 times a game.
Yeah, that's totally true. The level of play has definitely gone up. So I feel like that's a good debate.
All right, I got to know one more thing before you get out of here. When I talked to you a year ago, and we were talking about where you were at, future games on your heels and all that, the Texas commit. What's different in you as a player now than the last time you were here?
I feel like the mindset, just that dog eats dog mindset and going out there every day and proving myself now. I've got the, ranking or commitment, whatever you want to call it. But now it's just going out there and proving it every day and proving it to myself and, not trying to validate to others, but proving to myself that I can do it day to day.
And you look jacked. I mean, you look like you put 20 pounds on since I seen you last.
Yeah, I've been in the gym, just trying to work.
It's looking good, man. Reese, I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Let's take a look at our starting lineups presented by the Windscreen Factory, Georgia Premier, led off by second baseman Reese Durham. Then it's the catcher C.J. Wall, shortstop Cam Jackson. R.J. Cope will be in an extra hitter, then Ben Laracy, the DH. Bryson Harris, the right fielder. R.J. Groomster hitting seventh, playing center. Then Jason Phillips, the first baseman. Knox Williams, the third baseman. Jace Dardar, the left fielder. And Cody Bullard, the right-hander, will be on the mound. TNXL Academy will be led off by Javier Rosendo, the shortstop. Then it's Zach Bender, the right fielder. Danny Melendez, the third baseman. Jensen Veras, the DH. Alex Adesis, the first baseman. Caleb Traylor, the left fielder. Nathaniel Sabino hitting seventh and playing second. Then Tyler Ramos, Blake Davis, and they'll have LSU-bound Spencer Evans, the left-hander, on the mound. Awaiting first pitch, and look at this. You got sawhorses with a bell. Jack McCartney now joining me here in studio. Jack, you went over there and got starting lineups. Give me the lowdown. What exactly am I looking at here? Is this target practice? What is over top of home plate right now?
Well, so that's the trophy for the event.
Okay. So do they get the sawhorses too, or do they just get the bell?
I don't know if it's included or not.
Okay.
I did not ask.
Yeah. Brought to you by the Home Depot.
I did not ask any questions. I just let that thing be.
Okay.
But whoever wins gets to go up and ring the bell.
Ring the bell.
And I don't know if
they can
get
play
to
the
keep
You
the
Can
bell.
Ring My Bell. Ring my bell. They play that, or it's just literally just.
I think you should leave
the physicality of the ringing of the bell.
I think you should leave the singing to the people that sing.
Okay. But I love this is interesting. This is new. We've never seen anything like this before. No, we had The previous iteration of this, when it was the National Academies Association, we had the teams here for this. The ABA is new. So this is all, we're watching this all unfold for the first time. Obviously on Monday night we had the Home Run Derby. That was a new piece of that. They had a championship belt for that. And now they have a bell that gets rung for the winner.
Yeah, when I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be like a Mississippi State like little cowbell.
Like cowbell, okay. No, this is legit. This is like the Liberty Bell.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like, this is a real bell. And the umpires are trying to figure out, like, how do we have a home plate meeting with a bell? This is, I bet if you were to ask the three of them, this is probably the first time they've ever all tried to navigate a home plate meeting in which there was an obstacle over top of home plate.
Are they going to do like
I don't know if we're going to get like just pregame introductions. Are we like actually going through pregame introductions, or are they doing this like this is the All-Star game?
I don't know.
All right, we're all lining up.
What, are they going to do like the national anthem?
Okay, that would be a very cool touch. If so, I mean, we're going to have to let it breathe. I believe producer Maddie, do we have our Field 10 audio on as well?
Here, I can turn it on.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, so let's leave that audio on. I mean, we'll just have one game. We might as well enjoy the audio. And if there's going to be any pregame festivities, we might as well enjoy all of them. Both of these teams get an opportunity. These are the two highest scoring teams in this league. During the regular season, TNXL scoring 169 runs. Georgia Premier, 10 runs back. When you talk about runs allowed, these were also the two stingiest teams within this league. Georgia Premier allowing 84 runs. They were second. TNXL allowed just 70 runs, and we are getting starting lineups here. So that's Javier Rosendo, as we mentioned, followed by Zach Bender, the right fielder. Now here comes Danny Melendez, the third baseman.
DH, number 20, Jensen Veras.
Next up, Jensen Veras, the DH.
First base.
He's got a bat in hand already. Look at that.
He's always ready.
Yeah, Jensen Veras. He's like, all I have to do today is hit, so this thing's going everywhere with me. Alex Adesis, the first baseman.
Caleb Traylor.
There's Caleb Traylor, the left fielder.
Second base, number 10, Nathaniel Sabino.
Nathaniel Sabino, the second baseman.
The catcher, number 98, Tyler Ramos.
Now Tyler Ramos, the catcher. Again, last time these teams played each other on Tuesday, just one hit for TNXL Academy. That was a Ramos home run. There's Blake Davis. And they got Spencer Evans, again, the LSU recruit on the mound. So that's the starting lineup there. You get to see them all trot out. This is good stuff. All right, meanwhile, for Georgia Premier, waiting on the arrival of second baseman Reese Durham. You just saw Reese in an interview with me here in studio. This event was awesome, and it just keeps getting more awesome. Like, this is legitimate, and I'm not saying, again, no hyperbole here. This is one of my favorite things we've ever had here. This has been so much fun.
Number 4, Rayston.
Yeah, it's been cool to watch, and there hasn't been a bad game.
No, it's been awesome. The players have been fantastic. There's Reese Durham, the second baseman, Texas recruit. Next up, C.J. Wall, Arkansas-bound catcher. Whoever, let's lock this in. This needs to be an annual thing here at LakePoint. Cam Jackson, shortstop, Oklahoma recruit. We need to have the ABA tournament here every year. They could move here. There's R.J. Cope, the extra hitter. We could just have their games played. Instead of all these teams being in North Carolina, South Carolina, Texas, bring them all here. Let's build some hotels. There's Ben Legacy, the DH. This has been this has been an absolute blast. Bryson Harris, the right fielder.
The center fielder, number 1, R.J. Groomser.
Here comes R.J. Groomser, center fielder, Purdue recruit.
The first baseman, number 14, Jason Phillips.
Jason Phillips, the first baseman.
The third baseman, number 10, Knox Williams.
Knox Williams, third base.
The left fielder, number 7, Jace Dardar.
Jace Dardar, the left fielder. And of course, they're going to have Cody Bullard, the right-hander, on the mound.
Your head coach, Gene Reynolds, and assistant coaches, Gary Chase.
There are your lineups here for this matchup. Again, TNXL, Georgia Premier. First pitch, minutes away. Coach is showing each other some love. Let's see if they all like each other as much as they do now in, say, an hour and a half. But, yeah, great show of sportsmanship here to start this thing off. And we are all going to turn our attention here for the national anthem.
Good luck, fellas.
Out of the way again. Georgia Premier, TNXL Academy. During the regular season, these teams went 3-4. That goes as well, including February, just an absolute show by TNXL over 3 games. They won 11-1, 5-4, 5-1. But the series is all evened up at 4-4 now as Georgia Premier got a 2-1 victory in Tuesday's bracket play. So they are all squared up now, 4-4 in the season. And somebody leaving here with an edge over their rival. Again, the top 2 highest scoring teams in this league during the regular season, the 2 stingiest teams as well in terms of runs allowed. Get a nice home plate shot. This is really like just from the pomp and circumstance too. I don't think we've ever had anything with quite so many moving parts ahead of a game. So this has been, again, really cool to watch unfold. Guys have been out on these fields enough. They know the dimensions. They know the rules. They're ready to ring that bell. Take home those sawhorses. We are going to get underway here again. It'll be Javier Rosendo will lead things off for TNXL. It'll be followed by Zach Bender and Danny Melendez. Righty Cody Bullard on the mound for Georgia Premier. We are moments away from first pitch. Here goes the moving of the sawhorses. Okay, so that piece goes. Look at that! Like that's a coordinated effort. That was well done. Each guy grabbed a sawhorse. Thought maybe one guy was gonna throw it across his back, and the other one take both sawhorses. But that was a group effort. Cody Bullard coming out here for his warm-up pitches. All right, well, we've got an opportunity. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with you. We are moments away from first pitch, TNXL and Georgia Premier for the ABA Championship.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Leave no job unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Welcome in. Cory McCartney, Jack McCartney with you as we are going to bring you coverage of the ABA Championship, the final round, TNXL, Georgia Premier. And Jack, we talked about it a bunch of times. The gameplay has been unbelievable. We had the Cinderella story of WSA, and yesterday it kind of felt like one of those moments where, I'm not saying order is restored, but it's like, oh yeah, you realize like this is the level of player and event that we're looking at. R.J. Cope, 3-run home run to send Georgia Premier onto the championship round. That was kind of like I almost think like a hard reset on what this event is, and maybe saying, hey, these are the best two teams. They were on a collision course. Now we got it, TNXL and Georgia Premier.
Yeah, I mean, that was RJ's first home run of the season.
Isn't that unbelievable?
And you saw the emotions that it brought.
Yeah, and he was hugging after the. I mean, those were high emotions for RJ.
But I mean, these games have just been so good, and both these teams have been amazing.
Javier Rosendo puts it in play. Nice job defensively, though, picking it up at third. So Knox Williams goes over to Jason Phillips for out number one. Yeah, this has been it's been high emotion. It's been high level of play. So Rosendo grounds out, brings up Zach Bender. Bender hit .366 with a .989 OPS during the regular season, hit a team-high 12 doubles. Watches ball one from Bullard. Bender, Chipola signee, was previously at Pro 5, which Pro 5 is now PDG. That's a strike. 7th-ranked outfielder in North Carolina, 31st overall, was a 2023 future gamer. He's got a 1-1 count here against Bullard. Now 2-1. It's going to be another wild weekend all across campus, a Champions weekend, the Windscreen Factory Spring Flex weekend, so there's so much happening all around campus. And this is there. We've gone watch parties across the last couple days, so I kind of have to be honest here. Just watching one game, it feels like I had sensory overload, and now it's almost like a detox.
Yeah.
I just happen to watch the one game. There's a walk to Bender. So after just one pitch to Javier Rosendo on the ground out, Bullard's able to work himself a walk, and it brings up Danny Melendez.
Now batting number 13, Danny Melendez.
Melendez, 19th ranked shortstop in Florida in the class of 2026. He's 103 overall, hit 308 in the regular season with an 890 OPS. Drove in 38. It's the first time I think we've seen TNXL in the black unis.
They might have worn them Tuesday or something like that.
Well, they didn't have them on yesterday for sure.
They did not. They had the. I'm surprised this Georgia Premier team hasn't worn the
Statesboro, that look like the Boston Red Sox and their Boston Marathon uniforms. That's in for a strike, 87.5 out of Bullard's hands. Bender at first. Throw over from Bullard. Both of these teams getting wins over Wellington Sports Academy to get to this point. Again, Georgia Premier having to win in walk-off fashion. And then TNXL were 13-5 winners over the Gators, sending them home. But we talked about this multiple times across the last few days. What an unbelievable story Wellington Sports Academy was. Talking to their coaches, they admittedly were a little bit in awe as a first-year program of the level of talent that they're facing, but those guys found a way to put it together and get themselves a very impressive run. Peyton Warner, who pitched for WSA yesterday, one of the best, quite literally one of the best performances I have ever seen on these fields, going through the teeth multiple times of this Georgia Premier lineup, getting himself 11 strikeouts in that game for a guy who I would say uncommitted, probably not much longer. Whether or not that happens here shortly, or maybe he's the kind of guy that finds himself a spot in the senior future games at the end of the summer here, which has turned into another fantastic showcase event for prep baseball. That was just a really impressive performance. But these two teams, despite the fact that P27 was regular season champs, these have statistically been the two best teams in the ABA, and they fittingly are facing off here for a championship. Now remember, this is double elimination. TNXL has to win twice to take down Georgia Premier. That one's right up the middle. Man, just outside the reach of his glove. Bender's going to make his way to second. Nice piece of hitting there, 76.6 off the bat of Melendez. And Reese Durham almost had it, just right out the side of the reach of his glove. So I'll have him at first and second now with one down. It's going to bring up Jensen Veras, and you talk to Jensen, and you're going to try to grab him post-game. This is an absolute beast at the plate. 6'6", 225-pound Florida State signee. A 1383 OPS.
I'm probably gonna have to stand in a chair to even be near the same height as him.
Well, he is a monster.
He's the ABA.
Look at that high, that real high, almost like we're getting into like not necessarily Julio Franco territory, but that's kind of like Craig Counsell did that a little bit when he was playing.
Well, it gives off like lightsaber almost.
It does, yeah. But Craig Counsell, the current manager of the Chicago Cubs, formerly the Brewers, used to do that as well. But man, Veras absolutely gets it done. Guy had a team-high 17 home runs, 56 RBI. And no doubt the Ducks would love him to add another homer right here, trying to jump out to an early lead against Georgia Premier. Comes a 1-1. Fouls that off. A big hack from Veras. I just can't imagine what it's like to be a pitcher in this league. It has to feel like you're in high-level summer travel every game.
Yeah.
I mean, every one of these lineups is just like a battle, a gauntlet each and every time. And then the more you see them, they become that big, much more of a challenge as these guys get used to your arsenal. Talked about that yesterday with R.J. Cope. You know, despite the fact that he throws in the high 90s, swing and a miss, and Veras goes down on strikes. A big, big second out for Bullard. And, man, just working the secondary there. And then you go back to you learn, as much as they learn you know a guy's tendencies. And he knows Veras is swinging for the fences there. Nice job by Bullard getting his first strikeout and out number 2.
Yeah, I mean, Veras led this team in hits, on-base percentage, OPS, and he has 19 home runs. He's had
two more here in this tournament.
Yeah,
so 19. Okay, 19 in the season, 17 during the regular season. Alex Adesas now stepping in for TNXL. They certainly would love to jump out to an early lead. Adesas, Georgia State signee, so getting used to this Georgia weather. He knows humidity all too well down there in Florida, but could be nearby here soon at Georgia State. He was second on the team with 12 home runs, 40 RBI.
Now he's at 14.
Drills that into right center, able to make a play on it, and that is going to be caught for an inning-ending out. So, man, opportunity knocked for the Ducks, but they could not answer. We'll head to the bottom of the first, and it's Georgia Premier's turn when we come back from LakePoint Sports.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Welcome back. It'll be Georgia Premier's turn now as they'll lead off with Reese Durham and then C.J. Wall and Cam Jackson. Spencer Evans on the mound here for TNXL. LSU signee, was a 2021 junior feature gamer here in the state of Georgia before going on down to Florida. He's now the second-ranked left-handed pitcher in the state, 12th overall. And he's back defensively with Tyler Ramos at catcher, Alex Adesis at first, Nathaniel Sabino at second, Danny Melendez at third, Javier Rosendo at short, and then the outfield goes Caleb Traylor in left, Blake Davis in center, and Zach Bender in right. Cory McCartney, Jack McCartney with you, bringing you this coverage of the ABA's final round. Again, double elimination. So Georgia Premier's got to be taken down twice before TNXL has a chance to ring that bell. Spencer Evans, an absolute monster. 81 strikeouts in 53 innings pitched. That one sailed on him. And Evans has already pitched once in this event.
Yeah, he pitched against East Carolina the other day. And you talked about he used to live here in Georgia. He attended Calhoun. He played with his brother.
So he's real close to home. So
yeah.
he might, I'm sure maybe Spencer Evans has got some family coming down from Calhoun to watch. He might have to stop off at Buc-ee's on the way up there to see them after this game's over with.
Yeah, the once Florida, now LSU commit has, he's been electric all season. Just absolutely done so well on the mound. You talked 81 strikeouts in 53 innings is pretty crazy.
Loading up really far on that far right side of the rubber. Our left, his right. All right, Reese Durham digs in. Another former Metro Atlanta bat was at Decula, and now he's moved on to Statesboro and Georgia Premier. And talking with Reeston, we showed the interview here pregame. Can 100% understand the desire to go down and play in Statesboro at Georgia Premier and being in a lineup like this. Because one of the things to talk about with him is just once the book's out on you as a batter, especially in a team where maybe there's not a bunch of guys to help elongate a lineup, you may not get challenged quite the way you want. That's a hard hit ball right to first base, and Adesis able to make the play and tag the bag for the first out. You maybe don't see the level of pitching that you would see elsewhere. Coming down to Georgia Premier, it's a tough one to deal with. You got him, the Texas commit, at the top of this lineup. Then you go C.J. Wall now on his way to Arkansas. Then Cam Jackson due up third, Oklahoma recruit. Then R.J. Cope, obviously a Vanderbilt signee. It's a hard lineup to navigate, and you can't really pitch around anybody. And yesterday we saw Wall hit a 103-mile-an-hour home run against WSA. For a while there, that was the only run they had in that game until the Sox lineup came alive late, set the stage for Cope's heroics. Wall, the second-ranked catcher in Georgia, 7th overall in the class, 5'11", 182-pounder, native of Austria, but grew up here in the United States. And you spent some time with him for an interview, a guy that was a 2022 junior feature gamer, a 23 junior feature gamer, and then last year was here for the feature games. It was a 1-2 from Evans. Fouls that off to stay alive.
Well, and you talked about recent going down to Statesboro. The competition down there is just so much better, but also he's played with some of those guys for years. He's played on the East Cobb Astros team with R.J. Cope, Cam Jackson, Jenker Romero. Like, they've all played with each other so many times over the years.
A 2-2 count here to Wall. So certainly, you go down with your buddies and you get to kind of wreak havoc with them. It's a lot of fun. And it gets them all ready for that transition because the fact of the matter is, here comes a 2-2 to Wall. Swing and a miss. He goes down on strikes. So Evans gets a ground out to Durham and now a strikeout of Wall, and that's going to bring up Cam Jackson. The fact of the matter is, in a few months, Reese Durham is either going to be on his way to Austin or he's going to be riding around in a bus in a minor league system. So one way, shape, or form, he's going to have to grow up in a hurry. And now he's already had some extra months under his belt, seeing what it's like being away from home. Now here's Cam Jackson, Oklahoma signee, 6'1", 185-pound switch hitter. It's going to bat from the right side here against the lefty Evans. Shortstop and second baseman. He's manning short today while Durham's at second. Swings through that for a strike. And that's kind of been, they've gone that direction every game that we've seen Georgia Premier. They've gone with Durham at second and Jackson at short. Here's the 1-1. It's going to miss high. Counts now 2-1. And we got a trailer next to us with some Adirondack chairs, so you never quite know what you're going to get during a broadcast here at LakePoint Sports. 2-1, pops that up. Adesas and the catcher on the run, Ramos. Anybody make a play on that? They do not, so counts now going to be at 2-2. And if you're hearing the grumblings of a Yanmar side-by-side golf cart, we do have good news. We have a new studio coming your way, so sooner than later we'll all be inside. It'll be temperature controlled. It'll be wonderful. We'll have a lounge area, have a lot more bells and whistles for us to play with. But for now, we're door open out in the elements. Spencer Evans got a 2-2 count here against Jackson. Did he get him? He did not go, so the count's now full.
We are out in the elements, but not in the element.
That's true. Not in the Element Hotel, which you see out in left field there. It's got its nice little rooftop bar. You can watch the games from atop there. Here's Evans with a payoff pitch to Jackson. Swing, a miss, drop third. Can Jackson beat this out? He is going to make it. So, oh no, they got him. It certainly looked like a close play. But Jackson is out, so 2 strikeouts there in the inning for Evans. We are through 1. You're watching the ABA's final round here from LakePoint Sports.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Lead. No. Job. Unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com or see your local dealer for details.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Welcome back. It'll be Caleb Traylor, Nathaniel Sabino, and Tyler Ramos due up for TNXL Academy here in the top of the second inning. TNXL had 1 hit against Cody Bullard in the first, so he's out for inning number 2, trying to answer a really strong performance from Spencer Evans there. Had 2 strikeouts. So Traylor hit .423 with a 1239 OPS in the regular season, and he will lead it off for the Ducks. Going to be followed by Sabino and Ramos. So, Jack, I think the anticipation was that we were going to see Jenker Romero in this game. Obviously, that's another big weapon that the Sox have in their back pocket if maybe things go awry with Bullard, or if this ends up going to 2 games, certainly nice to have an Oklahoma signee in their back pocket that they could go to, the 9th-ranked right-handed pitcher in Georgia. But see if Bullard can keep the good times rolling here in the second. Goes inside. Oh, he hit him.
Wow.
So Traylor is hit by the pitch, and that's one of those times with those elbow guards. I sort of feel like if the batter barely knows if he got hit, he didn't get hit.
Yeah, really.
Watching that last night with the Braves game, and Austin Riley got hit by a pitch right on the elbow guard as well. And it's like some of those times the guys get hit. The guy gets hit on the protective equipment, and it's almost like if you're going to wear that stuff, it's like you're expecting it. If you're, So we're going to have a conference there, but Traylor is going to be at first, so he did get hit by that pitch. So now the second base runner of the inning, and I think Sox asking for some clarification there. And again, you can understand the frustration. If the guy barely flinches when he gets hit, and I say hit by a pitch in quotation marks when you've got elbow guards on and all the other pieces of equipment, it's kind of hard sometimes to say, okay, yeah, I'm down with him having been hit by that pitch. Nathaniel Sabino now stepping in. So a second base runner of this game already for TNXL. The Arkansas commit Sabino, 6th-ranked shortstop in Florida, 25 future gamer. Two runners stranded that last inning by TNXL. They do not want to come up short now with another opportunity. Comes the 1-0 to Sabino. Sabino jumps on that, and it's on its way to right field. He really had to hop out of the way of that one, so I'm going to have him now at first and second. That had to look like deer in the headlights moment there for Traylor with that ball coming right at him in almost triple digits. And he sort of froze there for a second before making his way to second.
But you don't want to try to, you don't want to step on it because then interference call.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you gotta let it wait out and try to go after the ball is passed, but
so for the second time, TNXL has 2 runners aboard, and now they've got Tyler Ramos, who again, when these teams faced off on Tuesday, he hit a solo home run that was the lone hit for TNXL in that game. What's he got in store here? He shows bunt, and that ball is going to go over top of his head. Both runners will advance. So TNXL 90 feet away from their first run of this ball game, and Bullard's going to have to regroup in a hurry. So you had a hit by pitch, hard hit ball into right, and now a wild pitch. It has advanced both runners. And you got a big looming bat here in Ramos, 2025 senior feature gamer. Watches ball 2. He's the 14th ranked catcher in Texas, 106 overall in the class of 26.
Well, and Ramos just did what he wanted to do without even having to hit the ball. He was trying to advance the runners, so that's why he should bunt.
That's right.
And he
sometimes
advanced the runners without bunting.
Sometimes just the specter of it is as effective as the execution, and that was the case there. 2-1. That's now strike 2, counts even. And that's a little bit out of the way. He's a little bit. He's a catcher. He knows. That's one of those the catcher wishes he had ABS. Misses inside, and that's the pitch that he hit Traylor with, so he goes back to it there, and it's going to be ball 3.
I mean, his back foot's on the line.
Ball 4, so the bases are now going to be loaded as Ramos walks. Hit by pitch, hard hit ball into right for a base hit, and now another walk. And we'll see how long is the leash here on Bullard, because again, the opportunities here, you don't want to push this to 2 games if you don't have to. But again, you got Jenker Romero in your back pocket. I think you give him a little bit more of an opportunity here, but this is going to be an extremely short leash here for Bullard or seemingly anybody pitching in this position for Georgia Premier. The last thing you want to do is start to build the confidence of the Ducks, a team that got you 4-3, in 7 games during the regular season, but it's all now evened up after the Sox took the first matchup here on Tuesday of these teams in bracket play. Runners will return. Bullard's going to stay out there. Now he's got Blake Davis.
number 47.
Blake Davis, UAB commit, hit 327, 994 OPS in the regular season. That insane. Their number 9 hitter had a nearly 1,000 OPS.
That's wild.
Shows you how deep this team is. Goes right back to that pitch. He's not been able to work that first strike.
See, he just tried to call for a hit by pitch. He just hit me right here.
So we've seen a hit by pitch and a miss inside, another miss inside on that pitch. So as much as he's trying to establish the inside part of the plate, just having a little bit of trouble doing so.
Yeah, I talk about it all the time. You have to have that goldfish mentality when it comes to baseball. I mean, so many guys have said it over the years. I watched a commencement speech from Charlie Culberson at Georgia Highlands yesterday.
There you go.
And he talked about baseball is a game of failure. And you can't let the failure of baseball depict how you let that next at batter, that next pitch go, because it's such a game of failure.
Fouls that off now 2-2. Wouldn't it be then interesting if a guy was like, I'm a failure.
I mean,
I'm a baseball player.
I mean, yeah. I mean, a Hall of Fame baseball player fails 7 times.
That's right.
I mean, that's difference is he said he talked to Clayton Kershaw and he said he talked.
Oh, that's in play. Third base has it. He's going to go home. Yep, they get the lead runner for an out. Nice job defensively there. That is Knox Williams at third. Extremely smart play going to C.J. Wall at home for the force out. They get 1 down, and that was the right. But certainly, maybe you think, can we turn 2 on this? Just goes smart play, smart baseball, gets the lead runner at home. So the bases are still loaded, but that was a big, big out for the Sox.
I mean, that was great by Knox Williams right there, because you could have gone for try to get 2 right there, but then you'd give up a run.
Yeah.
But absolutely just knew exactly what to do right there.
Javier Rosendo, wild pitch. Is there going to be a play at the plate? Everyone's going to hold still. We might have a moment there at home, but everyone smartly stays put.
But Charlie Culberson last night talked to Clayton Kershaw about the failure part of baseball, and he said, "How can you love the game for so long if so much of it's failure?" And Clayton said, "Well, I'm a pitcher. I can't fail."
Javier Rosendo, 100 mile an hour off his bat. That is all the way to the wall. Runner's going to tag up. Here comes a run for TNXL. They go to second. Did they get the out? Falls to his feet. He's going to be safe. So run number 1 crosses for TNXL. Javier Rosendo with the sacrifice fly RBI, and it's 1-0. That was nearly a grand slam home run. He just misses it, but TNXL's got the lead. Reese Durham tried to mow down the runner at second as he went to Cam Jackson, going to Reese Durham. There's 2 down.
I mean, that almost looked like he slid into Durham right there.
Yeah, maybe looking for that contact call. But
well, they were trying to see if he tagged up or if he didn't tag.
So Zach Bender now steps in. Runners at second.
I feel like there are a lot of times coaches try to say, well, step on the bag to see if they actually tagged up.
First pitch swinging. Bender goes to left. That is all the way up to the wall. Cannot make a play on it. 2 runs going to score. Zach Bender's on his way to third base. Zach Bender's got himself a 2-run triple, and TNXL's got a 3-0 lead over Georgia Premier. Back-to-back hard-hit balls into the left center area. That one all the way to the wall as well. Bender comes through, and TNXL in charge here in the second, and they are jumping on Bullard here as they're seeing him for the second time.
Are they trying to say that was a ground rule double?
All right, he's retreating to second, so we're calling it. All right, we're calling it a ground rule double, it appears. All right, Bender taking away that trip to third. He's going to have to get there the hard way.
Yeah, he threw it in.
Yeah, he threw it in, so it's kind of hard to understand why that would be a ground rule double.
Because it didn't. I wonder if it can't hit off the scoreboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that would have been a home run.
If it hit off the scoreboard and bounced in, but
that's a home run.
Not if it bounces and then hits the scoreboard.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. All right, Danny Melendez's turn now. See if he can move along Bender from second. 3-0 lead for TNXL. Georgia Premier had to be comeback kids yesterday to take down Wellington Sports Academy, and they're going to have to do it again here. They have hopes of ringing that bell as ABA champs. Are now down 3-0 in the second. Melendez pops that up. Durham and Jackson. Jackson calls him off. Man, that's always a dicey moment when you got two defenders that close to each other. But Jackson calls him off. The half inning is up, but TNXL leads 3-0 when we come back from LakePoint Sports.
Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
It's a 3-0 lead for TNXL. Zach Bender coming through with 2 RBI. Javier Rosendo with a sacrifice fly of his own, and the Ducks have taken charge here early on against Georgia Premier in this double elimination tournament, the ABA Championship. The Ducks have to win twice to ring that bell. They're moving it back over to Spencer Evans, who has yet to allow a hit as we hit at the bottom of the second inning. Georgia Premier hoping for a breakthrough. Going to have to answer the Ducks, who have been jumping all over everything offered by Cody Bullard as this game goes along.
The Ducks have been mighty throughout this game so far.
They certainly have.
I mean, they've jumped on Bullard so much already, and I mean, the bats are hot, but they're also doing a great job of they shut down that insane top 3 of GPA in that first inning.
Well, now you got to deal with the number 4 hitter, R.J. Cope, Vanderbilt signee, who yesterday hit a 3-run game-winning home run. Swings through that 92.8 mile-an-hour offering from LSU-bound Spencer Evans. Count is 0-2. Just 18 pitches now here for Evans. Had 2 strikeouts in the first, along with a ground out. The 0-2 to Cope. He did not go, so counts now 1-2.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah. Now Evans on the 1-2. Misses high.
Oh, you see a little Soto shuffle?
Yeah, a little bit of it, yeah.
A little Soto shuffle right there.
I like it. All right, RJ, deep breath, digs in, hit his first home run of the season and that dramatic walk-off win. Ball bounces and he's shuffling a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it.
I mean, how can you, if you're RJ right here, how can you not feel good about yourself? You had a walk-off home run last night. I mean, just obliterated that baseball. I mean,
payoff pitch. Cope draws a walk. And that's exactly what Georgia Premier needs. Base runners in the worst way. Now, Ben Larsey's turn.
Batting number 27, Ben Larsey.
Larsey, 6'3", 185-pounder. Bats left, throws right. DH today for the Sox. RJ Cope at first. First pitch strike. Leadoff walks have a way of coming back to haunt you. We'll see if that's the case for Spencer Evans. The 0-1. Just misses. Count's not going to be even.
I will say, it is kind of crazy that R.J. Cope uses a wooden bat. He doesn't use like an aluminum metal bat like a lot of these other guys use. He uses a 34 drop 2 wood bat. I mean, that is like a bat the Hulk would have to use because he's so dang big.
Yeah, now swinging a toothpick up there. Comes a 1-1 to Lacey. Oh, yeah, he gets hit by a pitch, and Lacey's going to shake off his right arm as he makes his way down to first. Cope advances to second, so now the tying run steps in. Bryson Harris. And these early mound visits in this game are kind of showing you just how heightened the drama is in this game, that there is nothing being left to chance in this. And you mentioned Evans. Do we have a pitch count on Evans from that last game?
I do not. I can look, though.
All right, we'll pull that in. So give me, when was the last time he pitched?
He pitched against ECA on, I think, that would have been Tuesday or something like that. Maybe Wednesday. Tuesday.
All right, so that was that 10-0 win that they had over ECA.
I mean, he went 2 innings, gave up 2 hits, 4 walks, 6 strikeouts in 2 innings. That's wild.
All right, we'll give you the pitch count here for Evans. Harris at the plate now. That's in for a strike. He threw 65 pitches in that game.
65 pitches
65,
in 2 innings?
Yeah. 34 pitches. Excuse me, 34 pitches.
34 pitches, 2 innings, 6 strike. Like, that's wild.
Well, that's what our pitch-aware stats say anyway. Harris ropes that. Can shortstop get it? He can't. Cope making his way past third. R.J. Cope trucking home. He's going to be in there. Runner at third, did they get him? Nope, they're going to have him at second and third. Bryson Harris coming through with an RBI double. And that's the moment that Georgia Premier leads it now 3-1. That was a huge hit for Harris. Now standing at second base. Ben Lacey at third. So a walk, a hit by pitch, and then an RBI double. It's a very similar scenario that played out for TNXL in their last trip to the plate. Now here comes Purdue-bound R.J. Groomster. Ooh, that one's held on. Yeah, good job by Ramos. Nearly rip his arm off, 91 miles an hour. He had to really reach back to stop that ball. And that could have been trouble with Lacey at third. Groomster goes over top of the first baseman's head. Here comes Lacey. So he's going to be at first. Groomster with an RBI single.
I mean, that was perfectly placed. I mean, great little side spin. I mean, that was a perfect hit. I mean, you coached me and my brother for a while, and you would always talk about if you can hit it over the shortstop.
Shortstop or second baseman. That was something talking about. Freddie Freeman and his dad used to tell me how that was their routine. They would take a bucket of balls, and to tell you how good of a hitter Freddie Freeman is, Fred Sr. would have him go out and hit, and he would expect 1 bucket of balls to be hit over top of what would have been the shortstop, 1 bucket of balls to be hit over top of what would have been the second baseman. The next bucket of balls was wherever Freddie wanted to hit them at. But those were the expectations when they had those kind of hitting practices that they would have together. And that's a swing and a miss by Jason Phillips. And that was honestly, not to get too emotional here, but that was a key moment for father and son. Because that was after Freddie had lost his mom. And that was a way that they would go out together and use baseball together to bond. But that's a big reason why you see the hitter that you see out there for the L.A. Dodgers now, previously with the Atlanta Braves, is that Freeman had that knack and penchant for directional hitting. He knew exactly what he wanted to do, and father and son helped to refine that skill. 2-1 count here to Jason Phillips. 2 runners on here for Georgia Premier. They've struck back. Swings through now 2-2. Had a RBI double from Bryson Harris. R.J. Groomster with an RBI single. answering so far. 3 runs from TNXL in the top of this inning. Swing and miss, and Phillips goes down on strikes. He struck out twice yesterday, but got a key hit late in that game. Here comes Knox Williams. Williams making that great play at third to get the lead runner in the top of the second. It would still end up being a 3-run inning, though, for the Ducks. Miss arm side from Spencer Evans. Swings through, now 1-1. Been a great start to this game. Georgia Premier answering the charge here and the challenge from TNXL. Runners at the corners, 1 down. And that next out could be a big one for TNXL if they can deny an opportunity for at least a sac fly RBI for the Sox. Comes a 2-1 to Williams. He ropes that. That's on its way past the second baseman. Here comes the tying run. So Knox Williams does his job right up the middle, 95.7 mile an hour off his bat. We are all notched up at 3-3. And, man, Jack, this one is starting to turn into an absolute gem.
Yeah, I mean, TNXL, they were finding Bullard easy, and they were hitting it all over. But GPA is doing such a great job right now of directional hitting. They're hitting it where they're not, and I think that's a story that's gonna hopefully play out in their, or I say hopefully, but play out in their way if they can keep this up, because of the fact that, I mean, they're finding the gaps. They're figuring out this is where they're not, so let me hit it here.
Dardar pops up, third base on the run. That's going to be a foul. So runners at first and second. Jace Dardar, last batter in the order. Oh, he popped out. So Jace Dardar popped out. Our camera didn't cut over to see what was happening there along the third base side. So Jace Dardar pops out. That's out number 2. So Reese Durham, who grounded out in his first AB, steps back in. 2 runners on. Tie ball game. Bryson Harris, RBI double. RJ Groomster and Knox Williams, RBI singles to pull this thing even at 3-3. We've got a 1-0 count here against Durham. Swings through that, now 1-1. And I apologize for the wonkiness of our camera system, as it'll kind of zoom in and then zoom back out. Typically, we get that great shot from behind the pitcher's shoulder, but that's been few and far between here early on in this game. Got a 1-1 count. Oh, Durham stepping out. He'd call for time. That's just, so that technically should count. Like if you're talking about a pitch count, he just threw a pitch, but we're not going to do that.
No.
That one doesn't count.
What was it in game?
Well, I understand, but it's still stress on an arm, right?
It's warm up.
Okay.
Just making sure it works, so.
Gotcha, yeah. All right, we got a 2-1 count here against Durham. Runners at first and second. Now 3-1. You got C.J. Wall looming. 3 runs on 3 hits apiece for both of these teams. A miss high, and Durham's aboard. Bases are now loaded, and now you kind of start to wonder for Evans, how long does he go? Because obviously he's already pitched once in this event. It was 3 days ago, but he's now got 46 pitches.
Now batting number 11, C.J. Wall.
And there are 2 down with C.J. Wall, Arkansas-bound catcher, stepping in, a guy who homered yesterday. 103 mile an hour off his bat against WSA. TNXL had the bases loaded, nearly had a grand slam. Javier Rosendo going all the way to the wall. And that ended up being a sacrifice fly RBI. What does C.J. Wall have in store here? He's got a 1-0 count against Evans. Bases are juiced. Whoa, he steps out. Wild pitch, and everyone's going to hold tight. Yeah. But not sure if the umpire wasn't ready. Wall was calling for timeout. But regardless, everyone will reset. It's still a 1-0 count. That one certainly got away from Evans, and he has to kind of probably, I'm thinking, have his fingers crossed. Doesn't happen again because that was all kinds of, it could have been all kinds of trouble. That one is going to be a miss, count now 2-0. Yeah, if he had released that pitch with Wall in the box, I think we're easily talking about a 4th run for Georgia Premier. We go 2-0 to Wall. Another miss, and that one does go all the way to the wall. And yep, here comes run number 4 for Georgia Premier. They are on top. Wild pitch gives Georgia Premier the lead. And meanwhile, runners advance to 2nd and 3rd. So that's twice in 3 pitches. It's really gotten away from Evans, sailing it over top of his catcher's head all the way to the backstop. He's now got a 3-0 count to Wall that would potentially load the bases here with Cam Jackson looming. Evans 3-0, another high miss, and he's just a little bit off. That's 3 of the last 4 pitches that have been really high, 2 of them going all the way to the backstop. 50 pitches now. And brings up Cam Jackson, Oklahoma recruit. Bases are again loaded here for Georgia Premier. They've scored 4 runs here in the inning, answering those 3 runs in the top of the frame from the Ducks. That's a miss low. Evans really struggling to throw strikes the last couple batters. Been an offensive clinic here in this inning for Georgia Premier. R.J. Cope led it off with a walk. And you had a hit by pitch from Ben Larsey, and Bryson Harris delivers an RBI double. R.J. Groomster with an RBI single of his own. 2 batters later, Knox Williams drives in a run, and then we just had a 4th run cross for the Sox off of a wild pitch to give them this 4-3 lead. There are 2 outs in the inning. They've done a lot of work here with 2 outs. 4 runs on 3 hits. 1-0 count here to Cam Jackson. There's a strike, so Evans maybe just getting that reset moment he needed. Sometimes the catcher just knows exactly what to tell a guy. Tyler Ramos go out and have a conversation, and now Evans gets strike 1 against Jackson. Another miss, counts now 2-1. I always talk to catchers about that sort of part of their job that is psychologists. You got to know what to tell a pitcher to be able to calm him down, and obviously in this environment, they know exactly what to tell a guy they spend a lot of time with. Another miss. Ramos trying to steal a strike. Counts now 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard coaches talk about it so many times over the years that when they go out to have a meeting with their pitcher, they'll just say gibberish because it gets
yeah, sometimes you make them laugh or
mind.
Well, you got to know what each guy wants to hear.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking what Evans does not want to hear right now is on a 3-1 count that there's nowhere to put Cam Jackson. He's got to start throwing strikes. And he doesn't, and here comes another run. He walks in a 5th run. Georgia Premier scored 5 runs, and that's going to be the end of the day for Spencer Evans. Kind of felt like that was going to happen, right? If you walk Jackson, that was probably going to be it. So Spencer Evans' day is going to be over. He threw 55 pitches. Again, this is his 2nd time pitching in this tournament. Evans turns the ball over. We're going to have a new pitcher in for the Ducks. Georgia Premier leads 5-3 when we come back from LakePoint Sports.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for 1? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guest at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Lead. No. Job. Unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com or see your local dealer for details.
The lead is 5-3, Georgia Premier, and the new pitcher is Will Deviney, Eastern Florida State signee, 2026, 6'7", 215-pounder, 50th ranked right-handed pitcher in Florida, 183 overall in the class. And he's got R.J. Cope. The Sox have batted around here in the second inning. Cope led things off with a walk, and now he's got the bases loaded, a guy who hit a game-winning 3-run home run, his first homer of the season, to put the Sox into the championship round and take down Wellington Sports Academy. Can he make some more noise here and blow this game open? Swings through strike one. The Sox chased Spencer Evans, putting together an impressive second inning. Again, batting all the way around. Cope's in for the second time. He's got an 0-1 count. 102.8 mile an hour, and that's on its way. And that is going to be all the way to the wall. And, man, R.J. Cope almost did it again. 102.8 mile an hour, and that was a hold-your-breath moment for the Ducks, no doubt.
Oh, my.
Yeah, Georgia Premier leads 5-3. We'll be back from LakePoint Sports.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
An exciting second inning without question. TNXL scored 3 runs in the top of the frame, but Georgia Premier batted all the way around. Now we've got Jensen Veras up here for TNXL to start off the third. Veras to be followed by Alex Adesis and Caleb Traylor. Georgia Premier again batting all the way around in the second. R.J. Cope led it off with a walk, nearly had a grand slam home run. 107.8 mile an hour all the way to the warning track right in front of that LakePoint logo. That would have been a blow the top off this game moment. Veras puts it in play. Third base has it. Williams throws to first for out number 1. And this is going to have to be, a hold it down, lockdown defensive inning if you're Georgia Premier, because the bats were jumping all over Cody Bullard the last frame. A lot of those guys seeing first pitch and just knowing exactly what they were looking for. But after giving Bullard a lead, he and his defense certainly got to do their part to lock things down. And the Ducks, it's got to be the same recipe as last inning, looking for what you want early on in counts. They were ultra aggressive in that second. Zach Bender delivering the big blow there, a 2-run double. Looked like it was going to be a triple, but they called him back to second. Swings through that, and maybe Bullard amping things up a little bit here after being gifted a lead. He's got a 1-1 count here against Adesas. Georgia State signee. Spikes that for ball 2. Plenty of fireworks here early on in this game, and you know the Ducks are far from done after having given up that lead. The highest scoring team in the ABA during the regular season. Scoring 10 runs more than the second place offense, Georgia Premier. These teams' season series stands at 4-4. The Ducks won 4 games during the regular season, but Georgia Premier getting that 2-1 victory in the first day of bracket play here to even things up. Payoff pitch to Adesas, swing and a miss, and Bullard's got himself a strikeout. That was the first strikeout here for Cody Bullard to get the second out of the 3rd inning. There comes Caleb Traylor, left fielder. Traylor, 423 average during the regular season, a 1239 OPS. He's got a 1-0 count with 2 down. Traylor rips that. Cam Jackson can't glove it. It's on its way into center field, 105.6 mile an hour, and you can understand Jackson having a little trouble trying to glove that ball. Man, that was an absolute missile. Hit right at him, but Traylor's going to be aboard with 2 down to bring up Nathaniel Sabino, and man, that's probably a moment that you know, if you're Taylor, I mean, that's got to be a little scary.
Yeah, I mean, that thing was flying at him.
That was a missile.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah. And that kind of a ball hit that hard on the ground. I mean, that's a lot to deal with. So he's now standing at first base. Sabino up, tying run. He swings through strike 1. We can't be yawning. This game has been epic so far, and we got another moment here brewing for the Ducks.
Oh, I need an energy drink. That's
Do you?
why.
Well,
yeah.
this game is an energy. This is a living, breathing energy drink.
I just got to hear that bell being rang.
There you go. Yeah. Well, it's gonna wake up the masses here in Emerson, Georgia. They're gonna hear that thing all the way down to Truist Park.
No train horns in Ackworth, but we got
right.
bells in Emerson.
Got a 1-1 count here to Sabino. Rips it over to first. Keeping Caleb Traylor at bay. Bullard's next pitch will be number 51. Right down the middle for a strike. It's now 1 pitch away from getting out of this. Backing up that Georgia Premier lead-taking inning. Bullard's 1-2. And that is sent down the third base side foul. Sabino looking to regroup. All right, Sabino jiggling himself back and forth, gets set, counts 1-2. Ooh, nearly had him as he threw over the first baseman, Jason Phillips. Again, count is 1-2. Pitch number 53 upcoming here for Bullard. Swing Oh, he actually stayed. What just the world just happened there? Yeah, man. C.J. Wall falls to the ground.
I think he got hit in the
leg.
Yeah.
So they're going to give C.J. Wall a chance here to regroup, and I know there probably can't be fewer worse feelings in the world there for a catcher than a ball that bounces up and hits in parts unknown. So now 1-2 count. All right, this battle continues between Sabino and Bullard. Just misses that. It's going to be even now at 2-2. That was right on the cusp of being strike 3. Sabino holds off, and count will be 2-2. That one driven back foul. This pitch count is rising in this inning here for Bullard, especially this matchup here against Sabino. Next pitch will be the 8th of this AB. The count's now going to be full. Yeah, actually, next pitch will be number 9. 9th pitch of this AB. Sabino trying to work that 2-out walk, giving runners at first and second. Throw back over again to check on the runner. Trailer at first, full count here to Sabino. 9-pitch AB. And he gets the punch out. He thought he had a walk, and that's a drop third. What an odd moment there for Sabino.
Yeah.
He thought he had ball 4. It's an inside strike for the third strike. It's a drop third. C.J. Wall, though, makes a throw over to Jason Phillips, and that is exactly what the Georgia Premier defense needed. They continue to lead 5-3. We're moving along here from the ABA tournament at LakePoint Sports.
The Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Welcome back. Ben Laracy, Bryson Harris, and R.J. Groomster are due up here for Georgia Premier. In the bottom of the third inning, we again have Will Deviney on the mound for TNXL, taking over for Spencer Evans. Deviney probably had a clench your cheeks moment there against R.J. Cope when he went 107 miles an hour, nearly hit a grand slam home run that was all the way to the warning track. Big swing and a miss there, 88.1 out of the hands of Deviney. You can say clench your cheeks moment. That's a everyone knows that. That one is driven into left corner, and that's going to go foul. So counts now 0-2 here to Laracy. Laracy was hit by a pitch during his last AB, ended up going around to score. during that 5-run inning for Georgia Premier, and they would certainly love to tack on here in the bottom of the third, put more pressure on that potent TNXL offense. He skies that into left field, and that's going to be out number 1. Routine play there in left for Caleb Traylor. Brings up Bryson Harris, who hit a RBI double last time he stepped in. Polk State College signee, 35th ranked outfielder in Georgia, 181 overall. You got to think, if you're Bryson Harris, this has got to be like the most fun offense you'll ever hit in. Even when he goes to Polk State, he's not going to have guys like he has here in front of him.
No.
The quality of pitches you probably get to see as a guy further along in this lineup is probably a thing of beauty. And there's hit number 2. So an RBI single for Harris here in the RBI single for Harris here in the third.
Now batting number 1, RJ.
So he's got an RBI double and a single. And that brings up RJ Groomster, who an RBI single of his own during that 5-run inning. Harris sends the first pitch foul. Stick around after the game. We'll recap all the action here today and talk player of the game. And, of course, you can always find our player of the game interview. And that one is on its way into left field, and that is going to be another out caught there in left by Caleb Traylor as Harris retreats to first. You can always find our player of the game interview across all of our social media channels. Jason Phillips struck out during that 5-run second. Kennesaw State signee. Jason's not far from his soon-to-be stomping grounds. And, man, what a great new facility they've got over at Kennesaw State. They've done such a fantastic job there with that remodel of their baseball facility. And I know the guys there are having an absolute blast. Been there a couple times in order there to see Ty Peoples at Georgia when the Bulldogs played the Owls, and then another trip over there. And that one is 90.4 off his bat. That's on its way into left. Is Traylor going to have another out? Center fielder has that one, so that one is caught in center by Blake Davis. TNXL strands a Georgia Premier runner. The score is 5-3 Sox when we come back from LakePoint Sports.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Leave no job unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com or see your local dealer for details.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Tyler Ramos, Blake Davis, and Javier Rosendo are due up for TNXL. Cody Bullard out for another inning of work. And just strong defensive innings there in the third for both teams after combining for 8 runs in the second inning. Bullard was up to the task in the last frame. We saw kind of the approach for him change, right? TNXL were jumping on everything early and clearly altered his approach to the inning. He and CJ Wall behind the plate. They were able to limit TNXL in that inning. They're trying to answer the 2-run lead taken by the Sox here as we're in the top of the 4th inning. Ramos again homered when these teams first met on Tuesday, the lone hit for the Ducks in that game.
98, Tyler Ramos.
Defense finds its positions behind Bullard. Ramos, the 2025 senior future gamer, readies for this matchup, and that one is on its way into right field. Who's got it? Durham is called off by the right fielder, and that'll be an out into the glove of one Bryson Harris. Harris, who's got 2 hits in this game, an RBI double and a single. Now, last batter in the order for TNXL is Blake Davis. 994 OPS in the regular season. UAB commit, 21st ranked outfielder in Florida. He watches strike one.
Now batting number 47, Blake
Davis got hit by a pitch in a moment that was a little bit contested from the Georgia Premier side. Last time he was up, hit him right in the elbow pad. That's strike 2. We saw Bullard get away from what he was trying to establish in that that second inning when he was trying to go inside against guys. He's kind of stayed away from that pitch. He's going to 0-2 count. Tries to drop in the breaking ball. That misses for ball 1.
He wanted that, though.
He sure did.
Yeah, Davis wanted that really badly. Did a great job of not swinging at something he didn't want. It was swinging at something not good, though.
Yeah, 1-2. Misses high and inside. Count's going to be even. See if he goes back to that breaking ball, kind of messing with eye levels here. If he's not going to go east and west, let's see if he tries to bend things north and south, and that one spikes. Count's full. Top of the order looming, so you know the Ducks very badly want to have a base runner to set the stage for their big bats to follow. Javier Rosendo, Zach Bender, who's got an RBI double, 2-run double, by the way. Comes a payoff pitch to Davis. Ooh, and man, he's a scary moment for him. Already got hit by one pitch and had to kind of shimmy his way out of the way of that one. And so he'll be aboard with 1 out. Brings up leadoff hitter Rosendo. 0 for 1. Rosendo had a sac fly RBI during that second inning. UCF signee, 7th-ranked shortstop in Florida. He was a 22 junior feature gamer, 24 feature gamer. Had an 805 OPS in the regular season. He's got a runner at first. First pitch swinging, that's on its way into left field. Jackson on the run, but his left fielder's got it for out number 1. That was Jace Dardar with that catch. Been a busy time this last 2 innings over in left field.
Now batting number 2,
Now Zach Bender, he of the 2-run double. We thought it was a triple. He thought it was a triple. Ball did not appear to go over the fence, but he was called back to second. Bender, who had a 989 OPS in regular season, team high 12 doubles, digs in. Bullard shoots it over to first. He's got 65 pitches now. Will be interesting to see, Jack, what does Georgia Premier do pitching-wise if that count continues to build for Bullard and there's long offensive innings for TNXL? Do they go to Romero, the Oklahoma recruit, or do they potentially save him if this thing goes to 2 games? That would be a heck of a weapon to turn things over to Romero, Jenker Romero, and kind of try to close the door on TNXL. We'll see what happens as this game rolls along. If the Ducks can put more pressure on Georgia Premier, been a nice rebound for Bullard since that 3-run second. He's got 2 down here in this inning. But again, 67 pitches.
Well, I'm not sure if as a conference they have any rules on pitch count or how many games in a row you can pitch. But if I was Georgia Premier, I would put in somebody who wasn't primarily a pitcher to try to relieve from Bullard. And if they do well, close with Jenker, or if they start to score on them, leave him in. And you can still put Jenker in at the end of the game and then use him at the beginning of next game.
That's true. So strategy certainly could come into play for Georgia Premier as this game rolls along. But right now, they've got a 2-run lead, and they would certainly like to escape this 4th inning. Still ahead in this matchup. There are 2 down, runner at first. 3-1 count here to Bender, who's already driven in 2 runs off of a double. That one's hit at Durham, throws to first for the inning-ending out, and Bullard and company do their job. They continue to lead by 2. We'll be back from the ABA Tournament's championship round.
Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Welcome back, Cory McCartney, Jack McCartney with you. 5-3 lead for Georgia Premier over TNXL. You just saw that Windscreen Factory ad. It's the Windscreen Factory Spring Flex Weekend. This is kind of the start of that. There's going to be a lot going on all weekend long here at LakePoint Sports, along with Prep Baseball Southeast Super Select, which we're going from this baseball event to another one. You already see cars starting to stream in over at the Champion Center. That's select events live at LakePoint. This is a live recruiting event for girls basketball. So some of the top girls basketball players in the nation going to be on display over there at the Champion Center. We'll have basically every women's college basketball coach you can think of will be walking through those doors at some point this weekend. Every major program expected to be represented. Meanwhile, NASA Top Hat, Adidas Select Cup, and College Showcase going on over at Publix Fields, and we'll also have the SRVA Championships at the Beach Pavilion. So a lot going on here across campus. Also, you were pulling it up. The Braves are going to have a merchandise truck that's going to be here. So if you want some Braves gear while you're over watching some basketball, some volleyball, maybe some baseball over here at the Baseball Village, it's going to be a lot going on. Knox Williams, who had an RBI single in a really heads-up defensive play during that 2nd inning, has a 1-1 count here against Deviney, and he goes right at his opposing third baseman and can't beat that out. That's going to be out number 1.
It also has been pretty cool to see guys aren't jogging to first base when they're in a position where they could easily just jog there because they know they're going to get out.
Well, I think, too, part of it is obviously these are higher-level players. Mm-hmm. But in these programs, if you're not hustling, I've seen these rosters. There are guys that will take your spot in a hurry within these programs. So, yeah, these guys are expected to treat this like they are professionals, and they are playing with a lot of respect for this game. Did he go? He says he pleads to him. It's like an Italian mother pleading for her child. Come home. 1-1. That one's pop foul. Counts 1-2. I don't think I've ever seen quite that much emphasis from an umpire looking for. Usually, it's, you maybe put your hand up, but he's like, bellissimo. He's got it all going on. 1-2 count. Jace Dardar at the plate. Dardar, that's a all-call man. Yeah, Ramos can't make a play on that, and that was like Yeah, that thing was like a Plinko chip, and that was going all the way all over the place. Bounces in front of Deviney, goes back towards Ramos. He's able to stop it from going any further, but there's no play on that. And Jay Stardar's got himself maybe the wonkiest infield single he'll ever have in his baseball playing career. And that's going to turn it over to Reese Durham with one out.
Yeah, they just had such an insane backspin
they
on
sure
it.
did, yeah.
I mean, just they were
That's
trying
a
to see if it
golf
was going to
shot.
go foul. Yeah.
That was a golf shot. All right, here comes the pitch to Reese Durham's got a runner at first. Reese Durham goes 104 miles an hour. Second base has it, goes to short, so they get the double play. They turn two. Man, an absolute missile hit at the second baseman, and Nathaniel Sabino goes to Javier Resendo, hits Alex Adizes for the inning-ending double play. Georgia Premier still leads 5-3. We'll be back with more from LakePoint Sports.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
We got a little bit of everything for you here in the ABA tournament. You want high-level bats? We got that. You want big-time arms? We got that. You want big defensive plays? We just saw that 104-mile-an-hour rocket that was just hit at Nathaniel Sabino for TNXL, and they're able to turn that into an inning-ending double play. And I just continue to beat the drum. This tournament has not disappointed. Outside of, we've had some big moments at MPI. I've seen guys like Chase Burns come here and throw triple digits. Back in the day, we had the area code games here during COVID, and we had triple digits in that one as well. But
Jack Bauer hitting triple
Jack
digits.
Bauer hitting triple digits. But you talk about like just concentrated what you're getting out of each and every game. This has been one of the most fantastic events we have ever had in my years here at LakePoint Sports. It's going to be sad to see it come to an end. Maybe it is like you got to ring the bell. It's like the culmination of things.
I mean, we even had the Cinderella story of Wellington as well. I mean, they had that run.
Yeah, it's been absolutely awesome. So we got Bullard is out for another inning. This will be inning number 5 for Cody Bullard. To this point, he's allowed 3 hits, 3 runs there, all earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. Now he's going to be facing Danny Melendez. He's to be followed by Jensen Veras and Alex Adizes, all due up for TNXL. They've been held silent since that second inning, scoring 3 runs there. There has been some traffic on the base pass, but Bullard has been up to the task with that defense behind him. And he starts off with strike 1 here to Melendez, who's 1 for 2. It's the 0-1. Make that 1-1. Cars continuing to stream in for that select events basketball, girls basketball event over at the Champion Center again. The Windscreen Factory Spring Flex, going to be a lot going on here across campus. Here comes the 1-1 to Danny Melendez. Melendez with a rocket. Williams can't make that play. It's on its way into left field. Darter cuts it off, and that'll be a leadoff single here for Melendez and turns it over to big, bad, dangerous Jensen Veras. The 6'6", 225-pounder. Should this thing turn into a squared circle matchup for the championship, I think I'm throwing out Jensen Veras and R.J. Cope. The 2 biggest, baddest dudes on each team. Coming in at combined, 500 pounds almost between the 2 of them. Runner taken off. The throw is in time to get him off. He was completely off the bag. They're saying he's safe. They thought they had him. Goes across the bag. But, man, yeah, that was a wild moment there. Danny Melendez skips across the bag, and I think we're going to ask for some clarification there because he said, hey, man, he skipped completely across that bag, but I'm not quite sure they held the tag on. But, yeah, Reese Durham thought they had him. So Melendez swiping second, and, yeah, just beside himself as he's making his way slowly back to the dugout. So runner in scoring position now for TNXL. C.J. Wall nearly threw him out, nearly got Melendez at second. So Jensen Veras got an 0-1 count. Melendez heart play beating a million miles a minute after that. You know, you feel great after that. You think you got the bag, and then you skip across the top of it and go wide. Yeah, you know, he was scared there for a second. All right, but Melendez remains at second. It's got Durham shadowing him. 1-1 to Veras. Veras goes 103 miles an hour. Center fielder on the run. He's going to camp underneath that. Runner is going to tag up, so Melendez is going to make his way to third. Out number one. Extremely hard hit ball there from Jensen Veras. So solid contact. He's able to advance the runner, so he does his job with one down. TNXL trying to eat into that 2-run lead. Brings up Alex Adesas. Bullard's thrown 76 pitches.
And Alex is the conference tournament home run leader so far. He's got 3 home runs this event, 5 hits,
wow,
1 double.
So the Georgia State. So you're saying the Georgia State signing likes hitting in the state of Georgia?
I hope so.
Yeah. Certainly seems to. Well, the Ducks would love another big moment from this 190-pound lefty. And he shoots that down the left side, and I lean like I'm going to be able to see it along the side there where our camera cuts off at, but the count's 1-1. 24 future gamer. He was second on the team during the regular season with 12 homers and 1192 OPS, 40 runs driven in. He's got a 2-1 count as Bullard misses. And how big does that call at second loom now with a runner at third? We'll be talking about 2 outs now if you're Georgia Premier, but the Ducks have got a runner 90 feet away. I bet if you were to go ask Reeston, he was out.
Yeah.
Comes a 3-1 to Adesas. Another big miss, and that's going to give him runners at the corners now with 1 out. Bring up Cam Traylor. Caleb Traylor, excuse me. So each AB so far for Traylor has been an adventure. Walk and hit by pitch. And that would seemingly be the end of the day here for Cody Bullard after 81 pitches. Go-ahead run stepping in here and form a trailer. There we go. Pats on the back, and that's going to be the end of the day for Bullard here with 1 out in the 5th. We'll have a new pitcher for you here for Georgia Premier shortly. We'll be back. You're watching the ABA tournament from LakePoint Sports.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Lead. No. Job unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com or see your local dealer for details.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Welcome back, Cory McCartney, Jack McCartney with you. I have a new pitcher in here for Georgia Premier. I'm going to read on who our new arm is. That's looking to me like Vincent Romero.
No, that kind of looks like the guy they used the other day.
All right, well, I'm trying to see the back number here, and hasn't updated on our scoreboard quite yet. But we will get that moment for you here momentarily.
Who was the pitcher
Hard throwing.
Georgia Premier used yesterday? Is it like
Acosta?
Number 14. That's who it is.
All right, well, the new pitcher for Georgia Premier is Jason Phillips.
Okay, I thought for a second.
So the Georgia State, the Kennesaw State signee steps in, third baseman in Illinois, 47th overall. He was a 2021 junior feature gamer, going to be playing his college ball close to here at Kennesaw State.
Now batting number 25, Caleb Trailer.
And he inherits a situation with runners at the corners, one out, Caleb Trailer at the plate. Trailer shows bunt. Runner takes off for second. Wall can't glove that. And we know that itchy trigger finger that those catchers have. Would he have gone down to second there with a runner at third? Trailer's got an 0-1. That spikes away from him. Melendez is going to hold at third. He thought about it. So Phillips having a little issue finding the strike zone here through his first couple pitches. We've seen a bunt attempt from Trailer and then that spiked second pitch. Another misses low. That's 2-1. And sometimes in this situation you wonder if you just want to get a guy in there that can throw strikes as opposed to maybe somebody who's had that starter mentality that wants to come in and kind of establish his part of the strike zone. That's the second pitch in for strike.
Yeah, I think anytime you come in as a reliever, you have to, especially because he's coming from, he
gets the punch out. Trailer goes down on strikes, and I think Phillips just found it. Took him a couple pitches in against Trailer to find the zone, but he does in fact do that in a very, very big second out. Comes via the strikeout of Trailer, brings up Nathaniel Sabino. Sabino starting off that inning-ending double play, 104-mile-an-hour hit off the bat of Reese Durham in the fourth. And he sends the first pitch foul. This is the biggest moment that the Ducks have had since that 3-run second inning. 2 runners in scoring position. Can Sabino step up? Nathaniel Sabino shoots that into right field, and that is going to be caught for an inning-ending out. And a big moment defensively there for Georgia Premier. They're able to strand 2 Ducks. We'll be back. You're watching the ABA Tournament Final from LakePoint Sports.
Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Leave no job unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com or see your local dealer for details.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Welcome back. CJ Wall at the plate, counts 1-1 as we rejoin you. Will Deviney on the mound here for TNXL. Is out for another inning of relief, taking over for Spencer Evans. Georgia Premier doing a nice job defensively of straining 2 runners, and that one is going to go foul. Made the pitching change from Cody Bullard, and they moved in Jason Phillips, who started off the game at first. So didn't see defensively the change, but I'm assuming R.J. Cope is now moved over to first base. R.J. was penciled in as the EH to start this game. 1-2 count here to Wall, the Arkansas bound catcher. It's got a 2-2 count. Bottom of the 5th inning. TNXL and Georgia Premier Academy looking to ring that bell as ABA champions. Now a full count. TNXL at Oconee, Florida. Georgia Premier from Statesboro. Head coach Gene Reynolds. And that's a shot down the left side, foul there from Wall. Again, these two teams 4-4 in their matchups across the regular season and here in bracket play. Another foul. Things got off to a dicey start in their matchups, though. TNXL won 11-1, 5-4, and 5-1 during their first 3 matchups. But explosiveness has been part of the makeup of this TNXL roster, the most high-scoring offense in this league. CJ Wall goes 106 mile an hour. Sabino has it deep in right field, playing well into the grass, and they're able to get out number 1. It's almost like they had a scouting report on CJ Wall. He knew exactly where to be for that one. Hit right at him at 106 miles an hour.
Well, you've talked about it. How many times have they played this year?
This is their ninth matchup.
Yeah.
But certainly a lot of teams may not know Wall as well as they do. But the fact that, look how deep he's already playing him. He's setting up the same way for Cam Jackson, playing almost into the hip pocket of the right fielder. I mean, Sabino's like well into right field.
Yeah.
So they're certainly setting up these guys to pull, and to pull hard. 0-1 count to Jackson. That's in for a strike. Counts now 0-2. Because if he's not there, that's a base hit for Wall.
Yeah.
106 miles an hour. That's
well,
skipping in front of the right fielder.
I mean, we saw earlier Cam Jackson had a hit that went right there earlier today.
Well, Sabino knows exactly where to be against these hitters. He goes down on strike, so Deviney gets the K. Now 2 down. Brings up R.J. Cope. Cope is coming so close to a grand slam home run. That would have been a punctuation during that 5-run second inning. Just misses it at the warning track. It was 108 miles an hour. He's 0 for 1, swings through that first pitch from Deviney. He goes opposite field. That's on its way into the corners. R.J. Cope going to have extra bases. He's going to make his way to second. Cope's got himself a 2-out double. He's been an extra base machine these past couple games for Georgia Premier. Revs them up, and they're in business yet again here with 2 outs in the 5th.
There's been a lot of ground rule doubles this game so far.
Well, we do have the one thing, if you're unfamiliar with the facility here at LakePoint, our corners in right and left both have openings at the end of it. So a lot of times we do have balls that'll skit down in there that maybe might end up being playable in normal circumstances. But if they go out through there, we're certainly going to have ground rule doubles off these hard hit balls into the corner. 1-0 count here to start it off against Laracy. He's 0 for 1. Cope's at second. Here comes the 1-0 to Laracy. He hits a rocket, and that gets past Sabino's glove. Cope's making his way past third. Going to be an RBI single for Ben Laracy, and it's a 6-3 lead for Georgia Premier here in the 5th. Sabino made a good stab at that, but an RBI single for Laracy. It was 102 miles an hour off his bat. Sabino's been a vacuum cleaner there at second, but he couldn't quite get to that one. He's done a nice job of his positioning against these hitters. We saw him shielded a little bit more to the right, towards the right fielder, really almost back into right field when they had both Wall and Jackson at the plate. Same thing with Cope, but they go to Laracy, and he shifts a little bit more towards second. Was almost in the right place, but just couldn't quite get there. Now, Bryson Harris, who's 2 for 2, drove in 2 runs with his first hit and then a single in the third. He's got an 0-2 count here, trying to stay perfect on the day. Polk State College signee, 35th ranked outfielder in the deep talent-rich state of Georgia. In both these states, I mean, Georgia and Florida just producing college and major league players on repeat. And when you talk about those talent-rich states, it's always Texas and California, Georgia, Florida. Those are always the main ones when we're talking about where talent's coming from at the collegiate level. (0-2) to Harris. That bounces, now 1-2.
Yeah, I mean, you look at any sport, football, baseball, basketball. I mean, there's guys coming out of Georgia, Florida, and all those other states.
But it feels like from a
so
baseball
much.
standpoint, as Harris goes down on strikes, so he's now mad at himself. He's now 2 for 3 in the day as he goes down on strikes for the first time. But Georgia Premier adds 1 as R.J. Cope scored by Ben Laracy on that RBI single. The score is 6-3 when we come back from LakePoint Sports.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Leave no job unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com or see your local dealer for details.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Welcome back. Cory McCartney, Jack McCartney with you as we bringing you this coverage of the ABA's final round here. Been a fantastic week, starting with Monday's home run derby and here into bracket play, which is getting closer and closer to a finish. Georgia Premier up 6-3 in this matchup against TNXL. This again is a double elimination tournament. So TNXL will have to take down the Sox twice in order to ring that bill as ABA champions. Tyler Ramos, who's already homered against Georgia Premier in this tournament, steps in. He's got Jason Phillips, the new pitcher. Phillips ended the 5th with a big strikeout. Big hack by Ramos on the first pitch. That was 93.5 from the Kennesaw State-bound Phillips. Misses on the secondary. Nice changeup there from Phillips. He goes 91 miles an hour and then goes 82 with the changeup. Just slinks that past the bat of Ramos. Let's see if he's got any breaking stuff to work with on an 0-2 count. Swing, miss, another strikeout. Back-to-back Ks here for Phillips. There's now one down as we turn it over to the last batter in the order, Blake Davis. And Blake Davis's ABs have been an adventure. Going back to that hit by pitch, a walk, nearly got hit by another pitch. Got a 1-0 count. Spikes that count now 2-0. Davis trying to get something going here for this TNXL offense. They've not scored since that 3-run second inning. That's in for a strike. Count is 2-1. One down in the inning off the Ramos strikeout. He pops that up. That's going foul. 14 pitches in here for this Phillips relief effort. Been 5 collective strikeouts by TNXL batters in this, and 5 strikeouts by the Georgia Premier Sox. Here comes a 2-2. Davis puts it in play. Williams, can he make a play on that? The speedy Davis is going to beat that out, so Davis aboard with 1 out. Williams able to stop it from going any further, but man, that ball taking him well into the left field foul territory. Really had no play on that. So that'll bring up Javier Rosendo, the leadoff hitter. He's 0 for 2. Does have an RBI sac fly. Phillips pumps that in, 92.5 for a strike. 0-1. Phillips gives him another fastball, misses that arm side, glove side, excuse me. The 0-1 to Rosendo. Rosendo drives that 105.6 mile an hour, and that is going to be, backtracking, gone. Javier Rosendo goes yard, and that was a missile, 105.6 mile an hour, and that makes this a 1-run ball game. Man, that was an absolute rocket off the bat of Rosendo, the UCF signee, who had an 805 OPS during the regular season, comes through, and this TNXL Academy lineup needed that. The high-scoring Ducks get 2 back off the bat of Rosendo. Yeah, there you go, man. Yeah. Yep, live it up, boys. It's a 1-run ball game. Things starting to change here in the 6th inning. The Ducks are hype, and they've now made it a 1-run ball game.
I want to know the hit distance on that home run. I want to know the distance he flung that bat into the air. He absolutely threw that bat probably 100 feet in the air. Just a missile.
Well,
from the bat,
and certainly,
absolutely.
And I think what you're seeing now is you understanding the heightened state of all this, and these teams know each other all too well. Again, the 9th time they have met this season. They are all tied up at 4-4, and these are the 2 highest scoring offenses in the ABA. 2 teams that have allowed the fewest runs in the ABA, and they are here playing for a championship, and we've got a 1-run ball game here in the 6th inning. And now another dangerous bat steps in for the Ducks, Zach Bender. Javier Rosendo's that one over the fence, yeah.
I like that. It's kind of cool. Oh.
Yeah, Zach Bender, see what he's got in store. Oh, man, that was a 109.9 mile an hour. I think that's the hardest hit ball I've seen at any point during this week's games, and that's a foul ball. Might have put a dent into our new studio there down the right side if that had not been cut off by the fence.
Well, so us being where we are, we can And
we're getting the exit velo
cameras
readout before. Yeah.
Well, these cameras are behind. We could hear it too.
Yeah.
So I could hear
Ressendo's homer.
But I can also hear that TNXL team's getting a lot louder now that they're more into this game.
Yeah, one of the most epic bat flips though you'll ever see off that Resendo homer. There's a ball on the field from another game's action. Durham gets that off the field. AB will continue 2-2 count, 1-run ball game. Top of the 6th inning, Georgia Premier trying to work themselves into an ABA championship, and TNXL's got something to say. We just heard a lot off that Javier Resendo 2-run homer. And that one of the most epic home runs that we have had here all week long. Bender calls for time. This game has been absolutely epic thus far. 2-2 count. Bender draws the 1-out walk. So Bender's going to be aboard, and things getting a little bit dicier here for Georgia Premier, trying to cling on to this lead.
Yeah, and I mean, if I'm Georgia Premier, you got to talk to him you got to talk your pitcher out of the kind of slump he's going into right now. But you can't let him be in there for long, because if he gives up one more run, you have to now generate runs to try to win this game.
Well, you got the go-ahead run stepping to the plate right now, and Danny Melendez. So things are getting a little more interesting here, and obviously as the home team, we know things are going to be, the Georgia Premier is going to have a chance to decide how this thing plays itself out. But without question, they would love to get out of this, hold on to that lead, give their offense a chance to try to answer that big shot that we saw from Javier Resendo there, that 2-run homer. Let's turn this into a 1-run ball game, and that TNXL offense has largely gone quiet. Yeah, man, I think that bat flip nearly went as high as our scout tower. That was an all-time kind of bat flip. We've seen some big ones here, but that was an Olympic quality bat flip. If we're talking about, I think if bat flipping is an Olympic sport, I think Javier Resendo's vying for a gold medal. Danny Melendez got Zach Bender at first. He's got a 1-1 count. Ball right over top the glove.
Oh, wow.
It deflects off of Reese Durham's glove, and now TNXL going to have runners at first and second. If Reese Durham was 2 inches taller, that's a second out, and maybe they get the double play off the runner retreating to first, but instead that's going to be runners at first and second with 1 out.
Now you got the ABA
home run leader, yeah.
I mean, he was conference batter of the year too. So this is not the guy you want if you're Georgia Premier to be up at bat right now.
Ferris fouls that off. All right, 0-1 count here to Veras. You got runners at first and second, Bender at second, Melendez at first. We've already seen a 2-run home run from Javier Resendo here in this 6th inning for the Ducks to turn this into a 1-run ball game. Counts 1-1. Phillips delivers. Resendo goes 101.6 mile an hour. That's on its way to left field. Dardar has that, cuts that off. Runner is not going to tag up from second. Throw gets a little wonky, but Knox Williams cuts it off. So make that 2 down. Another well-struck ball. So the Ducks are jumping on Phillips here in the 6th. He's now got Alex Adesis.
Now batting number 4, Alex Adisa.
Still 2 base runners. No margin for error here for Phillips. The Sox clinging to a 1-run lead. Holds off, counts now 2-0. We'll have R.J. Groomster, Jason Phillips, and Knox Williams due up for a Georgia premiere here in the bottom of the 6th inning. But first, the Sox got to try to find their way out of this one. It's a 2-0 count here to Adesas. Runners at first and second. Misses high, counts now 3-0. Caleb Traylor in the on-deck circle for the Ducks. They've now got 5 runs on 7 hits. Biggest blow, that Rosendo 2-run home run in this inning. A bat flip for the ages. And he draws a walk. Bases are now going to be loaded with 2 outs. Trailers 0 for 2. 1239 OPS during the regular season. Hit .423, the 6'2", 205-pounder. Chance to put the Ducks up here in the 6th. Can he make it happen? Fouls that off. Phillips challenges him with the fastball. Does he go back to it? Does he start inching towards that changeup that's been pretty effective? He does, and that's on its way into center field. Groomster on the run. Can he make a play on this? He does. That ends the inning. Bases are left stranded. But TNXL has turned this into a 1-run ball game off the bat of Rosendo. We are moving along. You are watching the ABA Championship from LakePoint Sports.
Windscreen Factory, more than just windscreen. We're a full-service sports facility contractor. We manufacture windscreen for sports and construction, do fence repair and installation, and fabricate field netting and batting cages. In addition to manufacturing the products, we also install upon request. We make safety padding for backstops, rails, and walls, as well as full-service print shop with logo, branding, and signage capabilities. Please call us for a quote today.
This is our brand. It's chips. Subs, of course. Soda. This. That. Sweets. Smiling faces. Green. More green. Ice cream. But first, veggies. How about a meal for one? Or hummus is fun. Time for cleanup? Done. All this goodness. Your life, your brand. Publix, where shopping is a pleasure.
Welcome back. Cory McCartney, Jack McCartney with you. And, man, just an absolute epic game. Continues to deliver. Just saw a big 6th inning there from TNXL. Javier Rosendo delivering a 2-run home run that's turned this into a 1-run ball game. Will Deviney's back out on the mound for TNXL, and he's going to be tangling with R.J. Groomster, Jason Phillips, and Knox Williams. First pitch from Groomster is going to be trouble. He's on his way into second base. The throw is not in time. R.J. Groomster is going to be aboard, and he is absolutely fired up, and that's the moment the Georgia Premier was hoping for to answer that 2-run home run from Rosendo. Now they've got a runner in scoring position as they'll now turn things over to Jason Phillips. And Phillips, after giving up that home run from Rosendo, is ready to try to get that run back.
That was a gutsy move. That was really gutsy. I mean, went right between Sabino's legs and just, great heads-up base running, but that's a gutsy move from anyone.
Phillips is 0 for 2. He skies the first pitch down the right side. Right fielder on the run. Groomster's going to hold put at second. Phillips is now 0 for 3. Now Knox Williams Williams 1 for 2.
Now batting number 10, Knox Williams.
So Groomster reaching second on the first error of the game for TNXL. Williams, woo, that almost hit the camera. That ball hits the camera. I'm not quite sure what's going to happen. We are either looking up at the sky, we're looking at the ground, but we're probably not watching this game any longer. Counts 0-1. Devaney fires. Williams goes past the glove of Sabino. Groomster trucking past third. Is he going to go? He's going to hold off. So not testing the arm of Bender in right field. He throws it into Ramos. So we'll have him at the corners now for Jace Dardar. Last batter in the order here for Georgia Premier. Like State Farm, Georgia Premier is just looking for insurance right now as they're trying to get a little bit more of an edge. It's 1 run right now. See if Jace Dardar can deliver that and become an insurance agent himself. Runners to the corners. He shows bunt. That's a strike. Everybody's crashing on that near bunt attempt. Third baseman looks like he's still thinking about it. See if Dardar shows bunt again. He doesn't. Dardar shoots that down the left side. That's going to go foul. Has everybody on the run.
Yeah, they just lost their whole left side of the field.
Yeah. How many runs would it take for Georgia Premier to be comfortable with this thing going into the 7th inning, knowing that TNXL offense is capable of?
I don't think
Certainly not
you
one.
can get any comfortable.
Yeah,
with
I mean, that's, again, the most explosive offense in this league. Dardar fouled it off down the third base side. Now he's shooting one down the first base side foul. I think you got to have 3-4 runs.
They had 3-4. They had.
Well, yeah.
They had three. Or
they had a two-run lead. Yeah, they had a 2-run lead.
Still, I mean, still they.
But when we come back, so it'll be Nathaniel Sabino, I believe, will be the first batter. Dardar right back to Devaney. Can he make a play on that? He throws it to first, but another run does cross. So fielder's choice, he goes to first, but the run scores. So Groomster crosses and makes it 7-5.
Yeah, if Devaney could have fielded that right there.
Yeah, maybe they get 2. Just not cleanly fielded off that hit back at him by Dardar, and so they do score 1 off that fielder's choice. Now top of the order, Reese Durham. Durham last time up hit a 104-mile-an-hour rocket right at Nathaniel Sabino at second, and they turned that into an inning-ending double play. There's 2 down here in the inning with a runner at second and Williams. Durham's 0 for 2. And he's now got a 1-1 count after that foul. So Georgia Premier able to get 1 back. Trying to answer the 2 runs scored in the top of the inning by that Resendo homer. It's now 2-1 here to the Texas signee. Playing in his first year at Georgia Premier after spending his high school career at Decula. That misses, or as they call it, Dacula in Transylvania. 3-1 count now.
Do you think they would call it Dacula or Decula? Because, like...
Well, it's like Dracula.
Yeah, but
all right, 3-1 count.
There's no R, though.
But they have accents. 3-1. Durham draws the walks. Now runners at first and second. Here comes C.J. Wall. See if we go out and get some conversations with Devaney, or maybe just some marching orders from Ramos.
Now batting number 11, C.J. Wall.
When if you're a 2026 in this game, like this is your.
This is it.
This is it. This is your last at bats
Yep.
as a high school player.
Well, as this C.J. Wall's at 27, so he's got a year ahead of him, and he's looking to make an impact. Throw down from Ramos, cut off by the shortstop. So Resendo stops that from trickling into center field. Georgia Premier searching for a little more breathing room, up by 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Swing and a miss on that changeup. I think whatever social caption's got to be like bell ringers for this, right? And have a shot of them ringing the bell. As ABA champions, whoever wins this thing, Georgia Premier, has got a 2-run lead.
If they ring the bell twice, the Undertaker comes out.
That's right.
I almost feel like that has to be the song for the post.
Maybe.
It's
not really celebratory, though. 1-2 count here to Wall. Deviney's thrown 55 pitches after coming in for Evans. It's another foul from Wall.
Yeah, that Champion Center is already packed already.
Yeah, it's already packing out for the select events live at LakePoint girls basketball event going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Comes a 1-2 count here to Wall. Wall punches him out. Wall can't believe that call. But Georgia Premier's gotten one back. They lead 7-5, and they're going to try to finish off an ABA championship. When we come back, you're watching the conference final from LakePoint Sports.
Backed by over 100 years of engine design and manufacturing and a highly skilled dealer network. Yanmar. Yanmar Tractors. Quality. Hardworking. Reliability. Leave no job unfinished. Yanmar. Visit us at www.yanmartractor.com or see your local dealer for details.
At IHG's Holiday Inn Express, you can take on Miami, Mexico City, or Minneapolis. Fuel up with free hot breakfast, all while earning points for free nights with IHG One Rewards. Guest how you guessed at IHG Hotels and Resorts.
Is this the final moments of the ABA championship? Georgia Premier would certainly hope so. They have a 2-run lead over TNXL, trying to finish this thing off, and TNXL trying to force that second game. This being a double elimination tournament, Georgia Premier would have to go down twice in this one to be dethroned. TNXL is going to send, where are we at in the order for them? They're going to be sending out is that a new pitcher? I believe we have a new arm on the mound here for Georgia Premier. They, in fact, I think still trying to get a shot back from the back there to see if we have a new pitcher on the mound. It's been an epic game thus far. Saw TNXL take a 3-0 lead in the second inning. Georgia Premier comes back with 5 runs in that frame.
My guess is that's Dimitrov.
They got one more run in the 5th, and then TNXL, Javier Resendo's gigantic home run in the top of the 6th turned this into a 1-run ball game. But Georgia Premier got one back in the 6th to pad this lead to 2. So we sit here in the 7th. Nathaniel Sabino's due up, and he's stepping in now for TNXL to be followed by Tyler Ramos and Blake Davis. The first pitch, Sabino shoots that on its way into right center. Is that going to be down for a hit? And that is going to be an out there. So Sabino flies out, very long out, 92.2 off his bat. And the big first out here for this Georgia Premier defense. They've now turned it over to Sebastian Dimitrov, the right-hander, 55th ranked right-handed pitcher in Florida, 202 overall. He's now got Tyler Ramos. Excuse me, we're going to have a new pitcher, a new hitter stepping in for TNXL. With one down, Daniel Padilla, West Virginia commit. Shows the depth of these teams, right, that you can have the 21st ranked player in Florida sat until you got to the 7th inning.
Yeah.
Unbelievable depth on these ABA lineups. Padilla's got a 1-1 count, 2025 feature gamer, 2022 junior feature gamer. Trying to spark this offense here in the top of the 7th, down to their final opportunities. They showed some fight in the 6th inning, getting 2 runs off the bat of Javier Rosendo. Got a 1-1 count here to Padilla. Fouls that off. Comes a 1-2 to Padilla. He rips that foul. 91.7 from Dimitrov. Can stick around after this game. We'll do our player of the game. We'll have our Aspen Hospitality Group moment that matters, and you can always find our player of the game interview across all the LakePoint Sports social media channels. So you make sure you check all that out, and of course you want to follow LakePoint Sports on all our socials as well. Have our full coverage of this ABA tournament. Go back and watch our watch parties from the last few days. 2-2 count here to Padilla. Swing, a miss. Dimitrov gets him. TNXL down to their last out. Could be setting off a Sox party. Blake Davis, last chance here for TNXL. Number 9 hitter in this order. He's 1 for 2. Big deep breath from Davis as he steps in, trying to spark this offense. Again, the ABA's highest scoring offense. He watches ball 1 from Dimitrov. Rosendo, who hit a 2-run shot his last time up, is in the on-deck circle, and you know Georgia Premier does not want to see him. 2-0 count now. And I think the orders to Davis were, if it's not a strike, you're not swinging. Mm-hmm. You want Rosendo up in every way, shape, and form if you're the Ducks. That's in for a strike. Dimitrov's ready, man. He's just stalking out there. 2-1 count. That one is driven into foul territory. R.J. Cope camping underneath it. He made the play. R.J. Cope with the game-winning catch after delivering the walk-off homer yesterday. Georgia Premier is the ABA tournament champions, and those boys got reason to celebrate. Equipment flying all over the place. What was that red thing that came out? Was that like their Gatorade bucket? I think we got a Gatorade bath.
A water bucket.
All right, yeah, we got the water bucket out there. They are celebrating in center field. They are ABA tournament champions, 7-5 winners over TNXL, and these coaches showing some love to one another. We saw some heated moments early, but you know these guys know each other all too well. 9th time these teams have played this year. Georgia Premier walks out of this, and let's go back to the field. I want to watch these guys celebrate this a little bit longer. This is such a great moment here as we watch these guys. Let's get the post-game handshake. We saw a lot of heated moments between these two teams, but obviously a lot of respect between teams that know each other all too well. Man, just an absolute epic finish, an epic game, epic tournament. And I'm going to keep throwing that word around. And, man, look how big Jensen Veras is, by the way.
Yeah.
That guy is an absolute monster standing there. And yeah, we're going to get the post-game handshakes. And man, you got to love this moment. As heated as things get, and you see this across sports so often, guys will have chippy fouls during basketball games. Guys will have, nearly come to blows during a football game. And there's a hug between Veras and R.J. Cope. And then, UFC fights, all that stuff. You'll have guys that will be doing battle one moment, then the next. Here they are congratulating one another. A good show of sportsmanship at the end of a really tight, dramatic game here between TNXL and Georgia Premier. And this was absolutely everything over the past 5 days here. I cannot say enough to thank you to all the ABA players, the teams, the tournament officials for what we had here on these fields. This has been an absolute honor to be a part of this these past few days and to provide you with our coverage here across LakePoint Sports platforms. This has been so much fun, and we're just going to keep it here on this shot as we're going to watch Georgia Premier celebrate this championship. And, man, just they have earned every moment that you're watching play out in front of them, making their way through this event, a gauntlet, to say the least, that they had to go through to get this thing and to finish it off in one game. And that was a really, really good TNXL team that they took down. Again, the most explosive offense in the ABA. Georgia Premier out here, 7-5 winners. And we're going to watch this. We're going to drop off our studio camera. We're going to kind of just let things unfold here. We're going to watch these guys celebrate. We'll be back at the end of this celebration to do our Player of the Game and Aspen Hospitality Group moment that matters. Welcome back, Cory McCartney, Jack McCartney with you. That was so much fun watching that post-game celebration there from Georgia Premier, ABA tournament champions, and they gutted out a 7-5 win over TNXL in this one. And Jack, this had a little bit of everything. We saw TNXL jump out to a lead. We saw a big offensive inning from Georgia Premier. We saw more late fireworks from Javier Resendo in the Ducks to put more pressure on Georgia Premier. But man, they held on. They're out of here. They got through this gauntlet, and they got to ring that bell.
Yeah, I mean, both teams did an amazing job today. Both offenses were just absolutely obliterating the balls. I mean, TNXL got an early lead. Georgia Premier went out there. They had that goldfish mentality I always talk about. They ended up generating runs. TNXL couldn't come back right away. They took them a couple innings. They had that 2-run home run, but Georgia Premier ended up creating more runs and ended up winning this ball game.
Well, let's talk player of the game. And in this one, I mean, we had so much happen during that 5-run inning for Georgia Premier. Bryson Harris comes through with an RBI double in that second inning, scoring R.J. Cope and Ben Laracy 100.5 mile an hour RBI double to score those 2 runs, score that run, and then he also gets a single in the third inning. They were down 3-0 going into that inning, a gigantic moment for him. And as we cut to our Aspen Hospitality Group moment that matters, it is indeed that big moment here from Harris. He gets that past the glove of Resendo, and Cope making his way from third, trailing runner Laracy going into third. And there you got, he's fired up at second. Harris coming through with that big hit, and that was a spark moment for Georgia Premier that they ended up turning into a victory.
Yeah, I mean, he hit that really well, 100.5 off the bat. Just absolutely obliterated that ball, got it in the outfield. Just great heads-up base running, though, by R.J. Cope right there to realize I can score from here. And then just absolutely beautiful hit, and just they did a great job offensively.
Yeah, that was the first runs produced in that inning there off the bat of Harris. Also had R.J. Groomster with a single, Knox Williams with a single, and then C.J. Wall with a bases-loaded walk. So that gave them the lead. They never let it up. They did get pushed that Javier Resendo 2-run home run during the 6th inning, but they got one back in the bottom of that inning. Jace Dardar grounds out to the pitcher, but able to have R.J. Groomster score in that frame to pad the lead a little bit, give them a little more breathing room going to that last inning. But, man, they had the big bat. Javier Resendo was looming, but certainly they were able to end the game, get out of there as champions of the ABA tournament. Again, this tournament has been so much fun to watch, but we are just getting started here. We'll be back tomorrow, 10 a.m., noon, with coverage of the Southeast Super Select. That's going to be BSA The Show against 706 baseball from the 14U division. That's just part of the Windscreen Factory Spring Flex weekend. Also includes select events live at LakePoint Girls Basketball event, NASA Top Hat, Adidas Select Cup and College Showcase over at Publix Fields, and SRVA Championships at the Beach Pavilion. If you can't make it out to the Baseball Village, we've got you covered with LakePoint Live, powered by Aware TV and Pixelot. Tomorrow's broadcast, by the way, like all of our broadcasts, going to be available for free on Facebook, X, and YouTube. Until then, for Jack McCartney and producer Maddie Bullock, I'm Cory McCartney, and for now, we're signing off from LakePoint Sports.